morning to one and all watching this. We, the members of Organizational Behavior class, Group 22, are going to do today's presentation on the topic conflicts within the team members. The members of our group are Thakur Ravinder Singh, I am from India.
My name is Richard from China.
My name is Amritpal Singh, I am from India.
I'm Yusuke Sawada from Japan.
I'm Kshitij from India.
And my name is Wu Dongyu from China.
And Zorani from Myanmar.
Talk about introduction. The students bring different ideas, goals, values, beliefs, and needs to their teams, and these differences are primary strengths of teams. These same differences eventually lead to conflict, even if the level of conflict is low. Since conflict is inevitable, one of the ways in which faculty members can help students improve their abilities to function on multidisciplinary teams is to work with them, develop their understanding of conflict and their capabilities to manage and resolve conflict.
Definition. So what a conflict is? Conflict is like basically a misunderstanding that happens between two group members or between a huge group because of lack of understanding or lack of meeting or because of the change in culture. That's what a conflict is. For example, if we take us as an example, APU student as an example, we have a lot of students who are from different culture. Every person have different culture, so like every culture has different way of expressing their feelings. So like for example in India, when we drink, for example in India, when we meet our parents, we like touch their feet. When we meet our elders, we touch our feet, touch their feet. It might be different as like compared to that in America. So that's what the example of this. And like why the conflict arises, what is the problems behind the conflict? It is like the organizational structure is not set in a proper manner. So the solution for the conflicts is a proper organizational structure and proper meeting like between the group members in order to overcome that conflict, in order to resolve that conflict. So the contents of our today's presentation is, firstly, we are going to talk about the problem identification, and then analysis, organizational structure, and then the solution of the problem, and then we are going to analyze the interpersonal relationship, and then we are going to come up with a solution of the problem.
In this case, it seems everybody is doing what he or she thinks right, but actually they are not. Melissa is going to make rules and supervise others in order to make everything goes well and no mistakes occurs. That is absolutely right from her perspective. And Randy's sales team, they thought basically some rules are basically acceptable except some which is make no sense and only get in their way, which our groups also agree. And the personality of two makes the conflict escalated. So I will start analyzing this case, start from organizational designs, and my group mates will analyze interpersonal relationship later. So please move to the next slide. Okay, in this case, we know that they are departmentalized their organization by the function. The operations and compensations department and the other sales department, together led by CEO Neil. But CEO Neil controls the sales team only by making rules with operation department. Please, next slide. We can image the structure, actual sketch structure like this. So it leads to internal communication between Neil and the sales department, extremely inefficient and complex. So as a result, Neil hardly understands the sales team's difficulties and only make rules with operations department. The rules may guarantee a higher work quality, but in cost of big labor's efforts. And I think since rules making are only Neil and Melissa, so therefore Melissa thought she has the duty and she has right to carry the rules out. So as she said, she is the adult and she has to take care of all other children. And obviously it is not a good relationship in a teamwork. And because of that, all of sales department feels like they are controlled by Melissa, as they feel like they are working for Melissa, but not for CEO Neil.
Okay, now I'll explain our solutions from the perspective of organizational structure. As far as we are concerned, since their sales teams are in charge of their own territory, so I would like to suggest Neil should dismiss the current operation department and establish certain department. Next slide, please. Establish certain operational teams for certain areas. After departmentalizing the organizational by location like this, which is our solution, Neil, sales teams leader, operational teams leader, three parts can get highly communicated and make rules that are accepted by three parties together. As we know, the communication in one department is much convenient between two departments, right? And close communication can make the teams get along well and create a good working environment. Furthermore, a simple structure simple structure like this is relatively difficult to maintain in anything other than small organization, which we already learned in the class. And obviously, Widget Tech Industries is not a small company, so it is highly risky for making all decisions depend on operational teams for such an organization. Besides, this can also solve the compensation problem of Tracy's team, because there will be no more conflicts between departments. They are already into one. This is our solution.
I'm going to talk about the analysis interpersonal relationship. After going through the program, after going through the case, we find out that there's a lot of problem between the members of the company. First, we take an example of Rena Ford, NY and EA sales director versus Melissa. Next slide, please. In this, there is a problem created by interpersonal relationship. There is an ego clash between Rena and Melissa. They are the both two main strong person of that company. They are both blaming each other for their failures. As we look at the story of both sides, if we see Rena said Melissa is jealous because she is earning more money than her and she is finding a way to reduce the sale commission, expenses and problems goes on. As per Melissa's side, she said Rena created a problem in her team. Her best team analysis quit because of putting load of work on her that caused her a big problem in her team. And my friend gonna explain about the more problems.
So I'll be talking about the problems in more detail. They have a lot of problems between each other, and the list goes on. At the end, both of them said that they cannot work with each other. So I think they should put the personal differences aside and they shouldn't worry about all these small problems in the work. Alperes, the MA sales director, he's putting blame on the operation team for the disaster. He's roughly making 75% sales order return back, which is a great setback for a company of this type. So next slide, please. So solutions to the interpersonal relationship. They should they should put their personal differences aside in the workplace, especially like ego clashes or etc. And then they should learn to work as a team in order to strive for the betterment of the company, because as we all know that working in a team is more efficient and it can be more fruitful to bigger results. And if someone makes a mistake, instead of scolding them or blasting on them, we can explain to them in a very calm and composed manner, and hence will result to a betterment of company in the future generation. And I would like Zani to do the conclusion.
So as we have seen, like for the previous slides, we have talked about like organizational structure problem and interpersonal problems inside the organization. And for the final conclusion, this is the suggestions for Neil, who is the CEO of the company, for his actions or for his possible actions for the betterment of the organization. So the first one that I'll be talking about is like about Melissa. Melissa is like she has been irritated like recently quite often, and there are reports about her like being very irritated. She looks so stressed actually. So there may be too much workload on her. So she should be assessed with her workload and her ability to meet the balance. And for the second thing, is Rina. Rina is like she point out a problem which is like in internal information flow problem, which is like there was an example at midnight time. Rina and Melissa are like exchanging emails at night, which means that the information system inside the company is not efficient. It's not doing what it is supposed to be doing. So we should consider improving for the information technology that we will use in here. And also this is for the final one, and we suggest that Bill should set dialogue between the clashes. And even though if they can't resolve in the problem, we have to think about someone has to go. And I think Melissa should be sent to other department, or there will be other person taking her responsibility, sharing her responsibility, making her less stressed for the work. And I think that will make the organization for the betterment. Thank you so much.